All right, welcome to another episode of Breaking Bank, sponsored by Liberty Aid. More Q&A here. These come from KC. Thank you so much for sending them in. Email, and I love how it starts. Hey brother, I have a few trust-related questions. Others might benefit from the answers as well. Exactly why we ask for the questions, Casey, so thank you. And you're an operator with a lot of experience with trusts and so on. You're doing so well out there. Congratulations to you. And thanks from Liberty Aid for letting us, let everyone know that you're out there doing this successfully, so others really want to do it too. Thank you so much for that. So let's get to the questions here. So I was wondering, do trust names have to be unique, or can multiple people name their trust the same thing and get different EIN numbers? Great question. Yes, the answer to that question is yes, you can use the same name of the trust and get a separate EIN. Yes, absolutely. Yes. For instance, do I need to check if somebody else is operating a trust by the name I want to pick, or does it not matter? It does not matter, because you're going to have a separate unique identifier, the EIN. So, great question. You probably have other unique identifiers too, but you don't need to. Could be at the same address as maybe, one with the same name. It has a different unique identifier of the EIN. And a formation date, probably too, different date. Anyway, that was a great question. You're right. So I love when people get into more advanced work of this and begin to see how this can go further. Great question. Okay. Second question. In the trust instructions, it says that one can grant the public trust and the private trust. How does one do this? If that's in the instructions, it's really not meant as something you actually kind of do. It's meant as a last jurisdictional gateway, and that's not really completely accurate the way it is. It's just like, think of the totally private non-EIN trust as your final entity you can stand in. This is actually the entity I operate. It has no EIN. Ergo, therefore, right? This is not an element of the In God We Trust. Okay? Even that EIN allows this type of trust to bank and so on, but it also connects it into the In God We Trust system. It connects it. So the one with no connection, with no EIN, okay, that's what that's for final jurisdiction that no one has but God. Okay, for any worst case scenario that has never come up, it has never been tested, yet still I think the main reason these things don't get tested and so on is because this contract is in place, the fully private one. So I think that's why I leave it as an element of this trust, because I find that other deeper problems simply are not there. They don't continue. Settlements happen. It's an ecclesiastical trust. God helps, and you get to witness it. Okay. Good question. And he's got another one in this. Okay. When one wants to get a vehicle for the trust, is there a way to purchase in the name of the trust? Yes. Or does the vehicle, and I put the yes in, I'm answering the question, he didn't say yes, sorry. Or does the vehicle need to be purchased by the person and then granted in the trust? That's another method to do it. Those are both methods to do it. Would the answer change if one was paying cash in full for the vehicle versus financing the vehicle? Possibly. It would not change if you paid cash and you wanted a trust. Done. Goes into the trust. Okay? There's no lien. Versus finance the vehicle. Okay, a trust you can build credit for a trust. and that's the corporate credit, business package, corporate credit package we have on the website. This teaches you how you don't even have to operate a person. You can build credit for your trusts or other entities like an LLC, a C Corp, and so on. It's the same methodology. And so, you can use your trust, right, that you're a trustee for, to lease a vehicle in that name or to purchase a vehicle in that name. Okay? All right. We got one more here. Can more than one trust share the same address? Yes. Good question. Okay. I'll continue. I just want to make sure. Sorry. I want to make sure. I don't want to put out, private information. All right. I used an address for my first trust, and now I'm creating a web with more trusts. Can they all use the same address? Yes. Okay. Thanks for ongoing help, Jay Baba, Casey. All right. Thanks for your ongoing help, Casey. I mean, I love to help people that are really happy out there doing my work, and they reap the benefits of their own successful decision to be, hey, I can be successful, have credit, operate this trust, be with God. It doesn't have to be a problem. It can be totally happy. And so thank you for being a great example of that. I kind of take it to extremes just to show that I'm happy. They can't do anything. There's no problems. You don't even have any problems. You're just like, everything's happy. I'm doing what you say. So thank you for being that example. That's just, there's no war out there. There's no battles. You just do this work and be happy. All right. Casey, thank you for the great questions.